confidence and composure to compete well in this environment. I'll keep you posted on how well they're communicating down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And the Hurricanes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking for space. It's Walton. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Here's Carr to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Looks it in. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Here's Jordan Lyle to begin the drive. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these two top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Great job at contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic, and that's exactly what happened there.
He's got the first down. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Mensah. Rush right in his face. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Brings a man on the right. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The Hurricanes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They don't need a bunch on second down. Quarterback keeps it. Got 9 yards on the play. It leaves him with third and a yard.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive. Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Sees an alley. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
He's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Quick handoff. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Play action, C.J. Carr. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we played one quarter. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Notre Dame comes out of the break facing third down. Throws it back. Toast to coverage, got it deep downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And man, what a game-changing type play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way, coast to coast on that touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Pringle. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Straight ahead, it's Pringle. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here. When you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. And this guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
So let's see if they can make up for that loss on 2nd down from the 18. Quarterback changing the play. Second down, gonna throw it. Makes the grab. He's stopped.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. I'm trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Here's Mensah to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Now, that was a blitz for the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man-to-man or fanning out, You generally always account for the middle linebacker. There's no reason to let him run clean like that.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
From the gun, it's Mobley. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. This crowd knows when to bring it. Throws it off the RPO. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the return, it's Pringle. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Keeps it moving, it's Lewis. He's got enough. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mensah. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
2nd and long here. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
But I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wide receiver. Gotta make the play on fourth. The throw to the outside is complete. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Changing the routes with his receiver. Mensah. The short hands. It's Lofton. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. And the Canes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Runs through the tackle. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
A little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice job. Hey, keep them guessing, right? You run it up the middle to keep them honest. Now toss it on the perimeter. Make them set the edge on the outside with their defensive ends. They don't do a good job here. Nice positive gain. Now let's go get 7.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Carr throws to the wideout. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a crease, it's Mobley. Turning it on! Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. These corners going to give these receivers some space. The run inside. It's Walton. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Trying to establish the run. Finding some room. The 40. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 8 team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's the Volunteers with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to
intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. The give. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride in Week 4 as they push out that lead.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm. Yeah,
or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Out wide left, it's Gilbert. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Man, nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be, is just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions at receiver. They can make big plays, get him the ball, run after the catch.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Might as well run him again. Good, strong tackle. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Drops back on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And you want these guys that can take the top off of defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Throwing, Carr. Shoots it to the left. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Quick give. It's Walton. Taken down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Now here's Carr. On target over the middle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. All the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Motion from the back. Here's some daylight. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
They give it back to him. Got enough for the first down. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. They'll move the wide receiver. Hits inside, it's Pringle. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open. At the 20. Touchdown, Caves! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. His third touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Walton. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Running inside, it's Mobley. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Rides to the back. Stopped right there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving at my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my third.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Throwing, Mensah. And wings it incomplete.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires immediately. Turns it on in midfield. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And the Canes with the 1st and 10. Mensah. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Nice football intelligence. Understanding I'm not going to get to the quarterback. I'm not going to sack him. But if I get a mid up in the air, if I get one of those paws up there while he's throwing it, I can get the deflection and still ruin the screen pass. Really, really nice job by that defender.
Get it out to the supersonic guy. Oh, he's got some space. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. So Miami signals for a timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He's fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Pulls it in down the middle. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down.
Really nice execution by this offense. This is the time, right? Late in the football game, got to get a few 1st downs to preserve this lead, to get out of here with the W. They trust their quarterback. They protect him. They get the 1st down.
They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They were all over it.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. There he goes. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Finds a crease, it's Mobley. Knocked down immediately. With 1:52 left, the defense will use the timeout trying to get the football back.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives, and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. 4th down, Carr. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
What a great stop in a big moment for this defense. Nice job getting the stop. Now listen, the ball goes back to the offense, and this has a chance now to be a great finish. That was a clutch stand for this defense.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Pulls it. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense got it. Hits the accelerator to the right. And this defense breaks it open as they return it to the house for 6. I'm sure they don't like the score, but they haven't done anything about it, so they're just going to have to eat it right now with the way they're getting smacked.
Just take it, right? I mean, you'd like to say, hey, take a knee, run the clock out. You don't have to run the score up, but I can do something about it, right? All my guys in there still have to fight until the final whistle.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Coming out with it, it's Lyle. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense set on first down. Keeps it himself. He'll toss it. And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over.